Howdy everyone, and welcome to tonight's coverage of the 2019 Crowsnest Indycar Indy 500 on Extreme Sim TV. I want to welcome everyone who's come out here tonight and hope you enjoy tonight's event. So we're going to let you watch a little bit of practice here while we do a little bit of driver interviews and talk to a couple of people, and then we'll get you down for our national anthem and get ready for qualifying here in about 15 minutes for this 500 miler here tonight. All right, let's see here. First and foremost here in pre-race, we'll get Mr. Let's go with Mr. Kyle Hess.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey Kyle, it's Matt up here in the booth. You got a copy of me? Kyle can hear us here. Alright. Kyle might be busy right at the moment. We'll get him back here in a minute. But in the meantime, I'll let you enjoy a little bit of practice here from Indianapolis. Alrighty, we're going to see if we can get a word in with Mr. Senior here for a moment.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey Jimmy, it's Matt up in the booth. You got me? Hey, Mr. Crow, you got a copy of me, buddy? Oh, there he
Hello,
is.
buddy.
How you doing, Mr. Jimmy?
Error.
Well, what are you
I'm
expect?
doing real good if I can find my buttons here.
Oh, you're fine. What are you expecting out tonight, buddy?
We got a great setup tonight. We got some really good drivers. I think we're going to have a great race.
All right, well, you got 500 miles coming up. It's going to be a long race for these guys. They're going to have to take care of themselves during this one. You know, you can get cramps really easy. So, what has anybody done to try to take care of that? I know a lot of water, maybe eat a banana, do some things like that.
Yeah, what they're gonna need to do is manage their tires because there's gonna be at least 8 pit stops.
All righty. Well, Jimmy, have fun up there in the tower as always.
I'm trying to get them to turn the TV down, buddy, so I can hear you. Miss
Oh, you're.
Marie was in the seat. That's why it took me so long to get
It's
back to you.
fine. Well, I could interview Miss Marie too if she wants to be interviewed.
Well, I'll try and put her back in the seat when I get done.
Alrighty. Miss Marie needs to get out there and drive.
She was. She's turning some laps, getting a little experience.
Alrighty, buddy. Well, it's going to be a heck of a show tonight.
Yeah, I think it is going to be. Yeah, I really. They don't know it yet, but the winner of tonight's race does get a trophy.
10-4 on that one. Alrighty, buddy. Well, we'll holler at you here in a little bit, Jimmy.
10-4. Thank you, Matthew.
No problem.
User was moved out of
All
your
right, that
channel.
was Mr. Jimmy Senior. Once again, a little bit of an announcement that drivers probably do know now as it went out. They will be racing for a trophy. Big incident here on the front straightaway during practice. Couple of cars getting tangled up together. You're gonna have to watch out for that all night long. Alrighty, folks. Well, we're about 9 minutes away from qualifying. 9 minutes away from qualifying here tonight. Keep in mind, probably around 8 pit stops here tonight, somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 to 35 laps on a tank. Maybe a little further if you can stretch it. So keep that in mind as well. Taking a look here, some of these cars just roll off pit road, getting going. So right now, everybody's just trying to get this figured out. They're going to bring different setup than they used last night. These drivers having a fit last night at Talladega with a loose race car. I don't expect that here tonight. I haven't personally run this setup, but I do know that Indy, you get a big arrow whoosh across that front wing. You can get that car really tight and it'll head for the wall in a hurry. You're going to have to be able to watch out for that and react and get out of the gas to hang on to it. We're getting them ready to go here momentarily. All right, 8 minutes remaining. In a practice, take a look here at a couple of things before we get going. Take a look at your track facts here tonight. Take a look at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 2.51 mile racetrack, 4 corners, 4 distinct turns. Track temp right now at 66, air temp at 65. 2 mile per hour wind speed coming out of the south. Again, they will be going 500 miles tonight, or 200 laps. Gonna be one heck of a showing for these guys. All right, yes, well, we'll be right back with you here on Extreme SM TV momentarily. Alrighty, folks, as we're getting ready to get them going here for qualifying here tonight. 1 minute remaining in practice for the 2019 Crowsnest Indy 500. We're getting psyched up for a great race here tonight. Taking a look through practice here, some of these cars darting around trying to make moves. Getting big runs, driving to the bottom, trying to clear into one. Good move there. Able to clear and pull back up in front. 34 seconds remaining is all you got in practice left, and we'll move on to qualifying. Taking a look right here at Timothy T. Wright back here in that number 93 machine. Setting fourth in practice right now as the time expires. Checkered flag on the speedway. We're going to get ready to get them going here for qualifying here in a moment. All right, here we go. Qualifying getting ready to get underway. Everybody up here. All right, on the racetrack right now. That is going to be Mr. Brooks rolling out on track. He gets his way up to speed. Take a look here, Mr. James Brooks in that number 76 machine. Across the stripe. There he goes, nice and smooth through turns of 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Into 3 and 4. Nice on the bottom. Doing a great job right now coming out of turn 4. We'll see where this lands of Mr. Brooks. Headed for his first lap. And across the stripe he goes. 39.445 to the top of the board. Timothy T. right there. Charles Johnson now jumped to second. Look at Ryan Malashak up to the front. James Brooks right now second. Booth sitting in fifth. 2 minutes remaining here tonight. Qualify this car for the Crowsnest 2019 Indy 500. Across the stripe once again for Brooks. And to the top of the board by just a little bit, Timothy T. Wright jumps up to P2. Now Brooks gets bumped down one. Ryan back to the top of the board in that 15 machine. Nice move there for Ryan. But still out there on track, also trying to come up with something. And right now, Bud's still in that number 53 machine across the stripe once again. He'll jump to third. 39.336. Bud still there. Nice run for Bud. I expect Bud to have a good night here. He just hasn't had any luck here recently. But I do expect it to be a good night for him. I'm noticing here on the starting grid, the car not entered here tonight is your champion, Mr. Ledford, not here tonight at 4 to 500. And unfortunate Mr. Ledford wasn't able to make it out tonight. Alrighty, folks. Well, here we go. 1 minute remaining. Looks like everyone, and pretty much for the most part, is off the racing surface. So, as it looks, the track pretty calm right now. I would imagine everybody just bringing it down pit road, not trying to rest a little bit. They got a long night, and it looks like Ryan's going to walk away with the pole here tonight. And we'll get ready to take you through your starting lineup here in a moment. "18 seconds remaining. We're headed towards getting this thing underway. And there we have it. Mr. Ryan's going to walk away with the pole here for the Indy 500. And we will take you through your starting grid here momentarily. Alrighty, let's get ready for your starting lineup here this evening. Inside row number 1 in that number 15 machine, that's going to be your pole sitter, Mr. Ryan. Outside of him, we're going to have James in that number 76 machine, starting P2. Inside row number 2 in that third position, Mr. Roberto. Outside of him, and Mr. Bud is still in that 53 machine. Inside row number 3, Timothy T. Wright. Outside of that, Robert there in the 12 machine. In that 12 also Timothy in the 93. Inside row number 4, David there in the 77. And in 8th place, that's going to be Mr. Charles there in that number 14 machine. Inside row number 5, that's going to be Dave there in the number 9. Outside of him, Gary in that number 13 machine, starting 10th. Inside of row number 6, that's going to be Kyle Hess. Outside of him Mr. Vasquez there in that number 80 machine. Starting inside row number 7, Mr. Flesh, and outside of him and Mr. Spell, starting 14th. In row number 8 on the inside, Mr. Lane and Mr. Rogers to his outside. In Mr. Crow will not start this event. So 16 rows of cars here tonight, getting ready to take on the Indy 500. Everyone, get ready for this one. It should be fun here this evening. Alrighty, as the cars begin to roll, we'll get ready to go at green flag racing here this evening. Keep in mind, it's going to be around 30 to 35 laps on a tank of fuel. Everybody starts to get their cars up to speed here. We'll get ready to get with them here in a moment. Taking a look there at Dave Lane there in that Dr. Pepper machine. Alright, everybody cycles themselves through here. Take a look here at Ryan in that 15 machine on that front row. He'll lead them down the green as they head through 3, going into turn 4. We'll get ready to see the green flag wave here for the Crowsnest IndyCar Series. Here we go out of turn number 4. The iRacing pace car will take that hard left-hand turn. And we'll lead the field in the hands of Mr. Ryan. And down the front straightaway, great on it. Green flag is in the air. The 2019 Crowsnest Indy 500 is green. Ryan jumping out to a good start there. Brooks on the outside. He'll have to fall in line as they come through turns 1 and 2. Now on to the back straightaway. Mr. Roberto there in that number 47 machine trying to make it work. He'll shoot to the bottom now. Ryan having no choice but to leave him room down there through 3. And he will clear him back onto the front short chute here going into 4. Coming around. He'll lead the first one into lap number 1. There you have it. First lead change. Look at Ryan. Drop back to the bottom of the racetrack. Ryan will take back over. He'll slide back up the racetrack. Or that's Mr. Robert there. Excuse me. Robert able to slide through. Ryan trying to look for a way through as they battle up front early. Now 3 wide down the back straightaway. 3 abreast into turn number 3. Watch out, fellas. Oh, boy. Having to lift a little bit is Ryan. He'll get it back down the racetrack. Hang on to that race car as they head down the front straightaway once again. Now the battle for the race lead. Into turn number 1. Here they come. Big pack of cars headed right at you. Back into the short chute. Back onto the back straightaway now. Look for the tires to start to wear on these cars just a little bit. Big pack of cars headed right at you. Heading for turn number 3. Mr. Roberts going to be scored as a race leader to come across the stripe this time. By maybe. At the stripe. Who in the world got it? Looks like Roberto got it in the wrecking behind him. Looks like Bud Steele runs into trouble. Indeed, that is Bud Steele piling up there in turn 1. We'll go back and take a look at what happened. Man, Bud's luck just can't get... Oh, wow. What in the world? Bud just minding his own business and... Wow. Hard into the outside wall. It looks like David just may have lost the car just a little bit. Got up into Bud. And I'll tell you what, Bud's luck just doesn't get any better. As we're 5 laps in, yellow flag flies after David makes contact here with Bud Steele. One more look at it. Yeah, nothing any of them can do. A couple cars coming through and getting collected. Yellow flag on the racetrack early. And Bud Steele an unintentional victim of this one. Bud's car's still torn up. He's going to try to get it back to pit road. Looks like it's going to be missing the front wing entirely. Bud's car torn up from the front end. We'll go see if we can get a word with Bud Steele right quick here in a moment. As they all head to pit road.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Bud, it's Matt up in the booth. You got me, buddy?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Man, it feels like we're having to do too many of these interviews here lately. Uh, your bad luck streak continues. Nothing you can do there. He's on the outside. Just come up the racetrack, made contact. And just a bad luck situation.
Yeah, I just think a couple guys too big a hurry for as early as it is, and it's okay. We'll get back up here.
Alrighty, you got the new wing on that car. You're rolling back out. Yeah, 500-mile race. It's a long race. You got to take care of your car. You know, it's still a long, long way to go.
Yeah, see if we can get some green flag stops in. That'll kind of get everybody settled in.
And for buddy. Well, the best of luck to you here the rest of the way.
Hey, thanks, Matthew. Appreciate it.
User was moved out of your
All
channel.
right, again, that was Mr. Bud Steele, driver of that number 53, a navy blue machine. Mr. Roberto up there leading the way right now. 6 out of 200 complete. Alrighty, getting ready to go green a flag here in a moment. White still on that iRacing pace car. So it'll be at least another lap, and we'll be right back with you here on Extreme Sim TV as you're watching coverage of the 2019 Crowsnest Indy 500. Howdy, folks. Here we go, getting ready to go back green at flag racing here in a moment as they work their way out of turn number 4. Lights off on the iRacing pace car. We'll go to green here in a moment. All right, down the front straightaway, Mr. Roberto brings them down, green in the air. Look at the move. Whoa, look at that. Now, he changed lanes before the start-finish line. We're going to have to wait and see what the tower decides to do. We'll go back and take a look at it. Robert switched lanes. One more look. They come down. He pulls out. He's clearly in the other lane before we get to the yard of bricks. We're going to have to wait and see if there's any call from the tower. But he definitely pulled out early. He'll clear to the lead. We're going to wait and see what happens. He stays out. He'll head down the front straightaway and he'll lead this one. As they cross the stripe, he'll get credited with the race lead. Richards out front. Roberto second. Ryan third. Hess fourth. Top four's running early here. 10 laps out of 200 complete. Keep in mind, these guys are going to get 30 to 35 laps of fuel per run. So we'll have to keep an eye on that number. And Maria and Chad, if you could clarify the restart ruling on the pulling out to the inside before the start finish would be great. We can get some clarification on that. Robert there out the front. Here comes Ryan trying to make it work. He'll pull right to the back bumper, trying to look for a way around. Now they'll all dice and slice their way back down. Now down the front straightaway, they'll spread out once again at the stripe. I believe Roberto got scored as the leader that time by. 2 official lead changes at the stripe already. Now, back to the bottom of the racetrack. Here we go. Battle back for the lead. He'll jump back to the inside. Here comes Mr. Ryan back there in third, trying to look for a way around. Another switch for position. Jeez. Back and forth they go. At the start-finish line, one more time, side by side, up front. Nearly dead even as they cross the stripe that time. Heck of a race up front. The battle rages up in the lead through turns 1 and 2. Now we'll see a battle forming there for second. That's Dave trying to get his way up through there. He's sitting in 4th right now. Charles Johnson back in 5th. In 6th, Mr. Brooks in 7th. Jerry in 8th. Gene back there in 9th. 10th is Mr. Diego. Bud Steele back in P11. Now up front, here they go, battle back and forth. And oh, geez, this battle is just amazing up here. Dave able to come up through. He's gonna get to the lead now. He'll try to clear One, here they come down the back front straightaway, side by side. Two abreast through the first two rows. Dave's gonna edge it out to the lead now. He'll have to jump back in the line. Nice job, man. Robert right there as well. And these guys are all over each other in the front pack. Now 3 wide for the race lead. Look at that. Jeez. Holy cow. Daggone. What a move up front. These guys all over each other now, still side by side. Richard's up there trying to make the. Here comes Ryan trying to poke his nose in there. Look at Ryan now. He'll jump to the inside, wheel to wheel. Now 3 wide once again is buried. Bottom of the racetrack goes Dave. He'll clear for the race lead once again off the turn to number 1. 18 out of 200 laps complete, and we're going hard at it early. Now these tires starting to wear. We're going to have to be looking to see if we get some aero push starting to develop a little bit. Great racing here so far. Watch out, a little close to the apron. I believe that may have been Kyle Hess back there. I believe that is Kyle Hess getting that low to the apron. No, Kyle is on the outside. He is on the outside of Mr. Ryan, looks like. And they are all over each other right now. Now battle for the race lead one more time. Oh, Steam. Sorry guys about Steam. Steam automatically updated there for a second and switched on. Sorry about that. Go side by side for the race lead out front. Now Dave trying to hang on. He gets back out the lead. Can he pull back away? Sanchez right there as well. Man, oh man. Look at Mr. Kyle Hess sneaking his way up into P3 in that number 7 machine. "21 out of 200 laps complete. Bud Steele also starting to work his way back up into the top group here, up into P8. Take a look here at Bud Steele easing his way back up through there. Ryan now is back side by side. Looks like that's Dave that's got down below him this time. And Dave's going to clear to the race lead once again. Will attempt to clear here. Ryan will battle back hard on the outside, wheel to wheel in the turn to number 3. Now down the front straightaway, the battle up front. Few cars back. Brooks back there trying to get a run. Now the inside line looks at the stripe. Dave's going to get it by a nose. 10 lead changes in 23 laps already. And that's just the lead changes counted at the stripe, or rather the yard of bricks in this case. As we look at our stint count, we're working lap number 23. Most of these guys up front on their stint. Then a little further back, you're going to have 17 and 15. But everybody's getting closer and closer to that first round of stops. Now Dave's starting to pull ahead just a little ways. Separate himself from Hess and Ryan back here. Bud Steele right now credited with the fastest lap of the race here, back on lap number 14 with a 40 flat. As they head down the front straightaway one more time, side by side to the outside. And at the line, looks like Hess may have got credited with that one. Now we'll look for that 3 wide move coming from third. Ryan setting back in third. Dave up there to the lead now. Dave will run the bottom line through 3 and 4. Watch that car. Look, see if it may snap loose on him any bit at all. It does not. He hangs on to it. Down the front straightaway, they'll spread out once again. Side by side for the race. Lead still Dave on the bottom of the racetrack. Hess on the high side. Working lap number 26 of this stint for your leaders. So expect them on the pit road within the next 10 laps. And what you're going to see, these pit stops, that's going to break the field up just a little bit. Now Dave leads the way. Look at the big run coming. Sanchez to the lead. Wow. What a big run. Man, these cars are just building some hellacious runs. Now, go get it sorted back out. We got one car diving lower. And on to pit road, that's going to be Sanchez. He'll dive down pit road. He'll be the first car out of the lead group to go. Lap number 28. Now we'll see if these front two will come down this time by. Dave's still up there leading, battling with Mr. Ryan. Both these cars on their 28th lap. Anybody coming down this time by? No, nobody dives off. Now we'll see if they work their way back through. Now the battle for P2 on the bottom of the racetrack. That's going to be Mr. Hess, I believe. Nope. Going to be Mr. Richards right there on the high side, and on the bottom, Mr. Ryan. They'll work it out. Now we'll come out of turn number 4. And here comes Ryan down pit road, hard on the brakes. He'll hit the pit limiter. Good job getting to pit road. So that's going to be lap number 29 for Mr. Ryan. He'll come down pit road. Dave will assume the lead still. Kyle Hess to his outside. And Kyle not giving up on that outside lane. Kyle Hess hanging in there on that high side of the racetrack, trying to make it work. And down the front straightaway, we got another car dives down pit road. And I believe that was Richards that went down. Now continuing with the race leaders, Dave and Mr. Hess still hanging on, battling up front. As we went 31 miles, a little over 60 miles, 31 laps here so far. And here we go, some more diving down. This time Dave comes down. Hess comes down. Good stop for both these guys. A little overtaking on the pit road. Kyle Hess able to get a little bit more out of that car coming down. Hands the lead over to Charles Johnson. And here comes Brooks, looking for a room, and here comes Bud Steele also. He'll follow right in the tire tracks of Brooks. And these cars here probably coming up on their pit stops pretty quickly as well. Back down in front straightaway, Steele right there. You see Steele dive out of line. Good move for Steele. He's going to advance up to P2, maybe P1. Nope, can't get there. As Brooks chops his nose off, able to get back down the line. Advance the movement of Steele. And you see they're going to lap by a couple of these cars. There's Dave coming off pit road there. Steele out front right now. Brooks hanging on. Gary back there in P4. Vasquez back there in 8th. Vasquez back to 5th now. Mr. Lane back there in 6th. Spell 7th. Dwight 8th. 9th it goes to Rogers. And we're taking a look here. Then you get into the cars that have made their pit stops. So back up front, but still running in 2nd. We'll see if they dive down this time. No, they don't. They're going to stay in line. But looking for a way around here. Oh, we got somebody sliding. Yellow's out on the racetrack. And that is a Mr. Gary in the 13. That car all torn up. Yellow is out. We're going to go back and take a look at what happened. Car missing the front wheel. And into the corner, just a little bit of wheel contact, and that's all it took. Gary taking a wild ride. Go back and take one more look at it. Coming into turn number 1. You're going to see the contact coming up right there. Wow. And we'll go on board with Rogers here. As he headed towards turn 1, you see the wreck up there in front of him. Wow. Nice move from Rogers to get through that. All right, yellow flag on the racetrack. Lap number 36. We'll get them gathered up to pit road, let everybody pit, and then we'll get you an interview here in a moment. Alrighty, folks, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, as we're back here looking at Mr. Kyle Hess. We'll see if we can get an interview with Mr. Hess here in a minute, as long as they're not going green this time by. We'll double check and make sure. I believe the lights will stay off on the iRacing pace car. They're working their way through. And indeed, the lights are off, so we're going to get a word with Mr. Hess. Mr. Kyle Hess.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Kyle, it's Matt up in the booth. You got me?
10-4, Matt. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good, buddy. Well, you started back in 11th. You've been as high as first. Now you're sitting right up near the front. I'm scoring in second. How's the car feeling tonight?
Way better, sir. It's not as loose as setup was last night, and I actually can control it going through the corners.
Yeah, it looked like last night you was having problems. Tonight you're fine. However, the racing out there so far has been very intense.
It may seem intense out there, but right now I'm just trying to. I just want to keep my track position and get what I can get out of it.
Alrighty, man. Well, you've got pretty good track position here pretty early on as you're coming around to complete 38 laps of 200 here. So we'll get ready to let you go. Best of luck to you here going forward.
10-4, bud. Thanks for the interview, and hopefully I'll be hearing from you later.
10-4, buddy. Well, have fun out there.
Always. That's what this is about.
Alrighty, man. We'll see you later on.
10-4. Enjoy the race.
User was moved
Alrighty, man. That was Mr. Kyle Hess. And we'll see here in a moment what is going on with the pace cars. The lights are off. Means we'll go back green at flag racing here in a moment. Alrighty, folks, getting ready to go green here in just a moment. As we did have a wave around. Fail coming out of pit road here. Trying to see if we can grab our wave around. Looks like that's Dave that received the wave around this time. Mr. Dave there in that number 9 machine. Getting waved around the pace car. He'll come around and catch up to the back of the field. Now Dave got caught kind of out of luck there on that pit stop cycle. He was up near the lead, come down pit road, and we didn't get all the way through the cycle before the yellow come out, so that kind of messed him up a little bit there. All right, your first three here on the restart is going to be Sanchez, Hess, Brooks, Steele, Johnson, your first five. Again, this restart will come around the lap of 40 when the green flag waves. All right, pace car dives down pit road. Here we go, getting ready to go green flag racing one more time. Green's in the air. And we're back underway. Good start there for Sanchez. Hess right there with them. Brooks right in tow. Hess immediately to that outside lane. We've seen him work up there quite a bit tonight. Brooks though is going to follow through with Sanchez on the bottom. And Steele right there behind them. Again, 40 out of 200 already in the books. Down the front straightaway, side by side up front. Hess right there on that top side trying to get it done. Look at Hess now kind of dropping back. He'll have Brooks to his back bumper. All right, working your way through. Everybody kind of single file now. Steele back there as Hess jumps to the high side. Steele's worked his way back to P number 4 after his early troubles. And Dave back here in that number 16th position, trying his best. That's Mr. David Booth back there, along with Dave Lane as well. So Dave and David, they're both trying to work their way back up through there. Pretty deep in the pack. Charles Johnson there still trying to work his way up. Sitting in P6 right now. Now, side by side for your race lead, that's Kyle Hess trying to take advantage on that top side. Just can't get clear. Now we're starting to see that deal where you go high, it gets stall out, so you want to go to the bottom, and we've seen this before. And look how Sanchez is blocking that inside route, forcing that car to go to the high side. Tilt the side by side up front. Hess trying to get that outside lane to work. Oh no, oh boy, Sanchez, big moment. What a save. We'll go back and take a look at this moment. He gets a little too low and whoa. Nice job hanging on to it. He'll lose some spots, but he kept the car in one piece. to get it worked out and head back into turn number 1. Everybody dicing all over the racetrack. 45 of 200 complete already. Big run there. Look at Sanchez. Already worked his way back up to P2. Wow, he is just determined to stay up there near the lead. Now Brooks will fall in line. Hess now on the bottom of the racetrack. Now look at Hess. He's going to guard the bottom, and we've seen what Sanchez was doing to him a little ago. Sanchez forced Hess high. Now Hess forcing Sanchez up to the top of the racetrack. I think we're headed toward lap number 48. Right now, these guys have ran roughly, well, right now, it looks to me like Sanchez has the most on the stint at 19. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Sanchez diving back outside. Can't really get it done just yet. Going back to take a look right here is Rogers and a Flash back here as well. Meanwhile, Hess still leading the way. Sanchez still trying to find a way around on the outside. I think the problem of this is that Sanchez up there, he's going to have to figure out a way to get that wound up and stay close to the wheels of Hess. Kind of hold Hess down to the bottom of the racetrack a little bit more to really get that run to complete a pass. Now the battle's still hot and heavy up front. Hess still trying to hang on. Dave has moved his way back up into this as we're going to come around and complete lap number 50. And the fourth quarter will come to an end here at the end of 50, and Sanchez to pit road. We noted that earlier, that his fuel mileage and strategy is a little different. Right there, Sanchez on the bottom of the racetrack. Heading down pit road. S now trying to take back over, hang on to the lead from Mr. Dave. Now these guys working on lap number 19 of their stint, so they've still got a pretty good ways before they're going to have to stop. And Sanchez is exiting pit road on the access road right now. We'll see if he can hang on to the lead lap. Should be in pretty good shape. He'll pull back on the back straightaway. Yes, and these guys just now coming into turn number 2, or off of 2. Oh, look at that big move from Dave down the back straightaway. He'll hang on. Look at Dave's car. He took off though. Whoa. And Bud Steele got pressed up the hill because of it. One more look here. On board with Bud Steele. take a look on the bottom side of the racetrack, you're going to see a car lose the nose, and what a move by Bud to stay off of him. Nice job Bud did to stay off of him and not get involved in that accident. Now Hess and Mr. Dave's still up there going at it. Oh, big wiggle there from Dave. Wow. And right behind Dave, that's going to be Timothy T. Wright getting up there in the mix. Timothy to the top of the racetrack, trying to make it work. No, hang on to it, Timothy. Oh, Bud stealing the outside wall. Bud in trouble. Oh, no, Bud, and there's no yellow. Come on, buddy, get the car refired. There you go. Get it back to pit road and get it fixed. Man. The luck of Bud Steele. Take a look here as Timothy gets in trouble. Right in front of Bud. Bud smacks the wall and then just hard into noses into the inside wall. Man, oh man, and there's no caution. Bud's going to go at least one lap down. Bud's got to be asking himself, why me at this point? Why me? Can't catch a break. Here comes the pack. Hess coming through as they're going to pass by Bud. That's going to put him at least one down. I think Bud should have a faster pair. We're going to keep an eye to make sure. Bud comes to a stop in the box. And man, that car, there it is. There's his fast repair. He'll get it fixed. He'll be a lap down. But he will not be out of this one at all. He'll get back up to speed. Back up into turn number 3 is the pack. So they'll head down the front straightaway. Hess still leads. Across the stripe, puts 57 in the books. Al Hess hanging on there. Charles Johnson trying to get the run. And we'll have a couple more. That's Dave diving down pit road. Hess hanging in there right now. He'll pull back away. Johnson setting in P number 2. As we're nearing our second round of green flag stops, they've got about 26 laps on this stint. Now Ryan able to work his way back up into P number 2. Ryan just hanging on there, running that middle line into the corner. 60 out of 200 laps. Hess leads the way. As they battle in behind him right now, Ryan Johnson, Ryan, then Johnson, and then it's going to be Brooks from Richards. That's going to be your top five. And Kyle Hess brings it down pit road. Nice and smooth. That's going to hand the lead over to Johnson. Now Johnson on the bottom. That's going to be Ryan to his outside. They'll get it worked out down the short chute into turn number 4. $63 out of 200 will go in the books this time by. Now a side by side for the race lead, Johnson, Ryan. Both these guys still going at it pretty hard here. Alrighty, folks. Well, we're 64 laps in, and we're going to do your first crank it up of the evening. Alright, we're back here as I come off turn to number 4. A couple more cars have made their pit stops. However, Johnson, Brooks, Richards have not. They should be coming near their stops here pretty soon. Along with Timothy T. Wright, Mr. Spell, Mr. Vasquez, Mr. Plesh, and Roger, Mr. Plesh. So Plesh is the last one who has not stopped. And right now he is being scored MP number 8. And your leaders now headed down pit road. That's going to be led by Mr. Johnson. Pulling it down here. Heading to pit road. Brooks will take over the race lead. We expect to see him probably come down this time by. Next pit stops next round of stops probably around lap 100 for these leaders. So if we look out forward with this current model, puts them around 100, somewhere in the neighborhood of 130, 130, 160, and then 190. Brooks right there in that 12 car. So if I'm these guys, I want to get to lap 110 if it in the way possible. Just for the simple fact it would cut out a stop, but I don't see that really happening as Brooks comes down 32 laps on that stint. Now Timothy T. Wright back there in P2 right now, or Kyle Hess just taking over P2. 7 laps on this stint for him already. And he's got in tow with him, Mr. Ryan. These two cars work together. They should take back over the lead as Brooks is on pit road, coming to his stall now. Here comes Hess and Ryan down the front straightaway. Brooks leaving his stall. It's going to be crazy as they head towards turn number 2. Where does Brooks blend? Oh boy. Right there's Brooks coming up to speed. And he did it. He got out in front of him. Nice job by Brooks. He's got a little bit of a gap here. About 1.1 seconds. Hess right there, P2. Ryan, P3. And then Johnson back here, P4. Another second back. Oh, you see that car of Mr. Richards get a little bit tight coming off the corner. $71 out of 200 complete. Down the back straightaway, they'll pull out just a little bit now. Oh, look at this move. Nice move into turn number 3. Still battling right here for position. Is Johnson and Richards. Is still able to take over the race lead. Through that round of stops, so they have run down Mr. Brooks. Nice work there. So that's going to switch him over to the race lead right now. 73 out of 200. Keep in mind, next round of stops, I'm looking at lap 1, or 73 out of 200, and the next round of stops, I'm looking at being at lap 100. All right, 75 laps complete. Hess up front. Brooks right there with him in P number 2. And Hess has done a great job, but we're going to go back through the pack here a little ways here in a moment. Bud Steele back here in FP number 13. And he's 21 laps on his stint now. Right now, he's on the lead lap. If he could get a yellow, that would work out in his favor. But he really needs a yellow to get that car back up there in contention. 77 out of 200 laps complete. Brooks to the bottom of the racetrack still has up there on the high side with him. And these guys have ran like this lap after lap after lap. He'll jump down the line one more time. And look at the battle up front now. They'll try to get in the line with one another. Not gonna work. Brooks is gonna hang on to the bottom of the racetrack. Try to look in at Johnson back here as this next little group tries to run them down. That's led by Johnson there in the number 14 machine. A Havoline car trying to lead this group back up to them. Coming toward lap number 80. Closing in on halfway. Hess still up front battling with Brooks. Brooks on the bottom, Hess on the top side by side as they work their way down into the final corner here off of turn number 4. They'll go to immediately down next to the wall. They'll get a draft. Hess will jump up to the top side one more time, trying to make it work. And it does. Can he clear Brooks? No, he couldn't clear him. He tried. Oh, Brooks got a little bit too much of the apron that time. That's going to cost him momentum, but he's going to fight back on the bottom. Hess trying to complete that pass. Brooks is holding the bottom of the racetrack. That's all he can really do. Hess has got help up there on the high side, but they just can't get clear right now. Side by side for the race lead once again. Brooks and Hess. Hess now doing everything he can on the top side of the racetrack. Brooks still working the bottom. Coming to lap number 84. Oh, look how tight they're running up front right now. Hess and Brooks have been side by side, and this has allowed Johnson and those guys to really close the gap. They're right there with them now. Here comes Johnson, big pull on the bottom. He'll pull his way up to Hess. Brooks doing a good job. He'll go side by side with Hess right now for P2. Looks like he had to back out of the gas a little bit. That aero push coming more and more of an issue. And right now, Hess with 23 laps on this stint. Looks low, can't really make it. Man, he's trying to force his way to the bottom, but there's nowhere for him to go down there. Look at him right in line with Brooks. Waiting, trying to get him moved. Oh, we got trouble behind him. Oh, man, that is Richards up and over. And Bud Steele had just made his pit stop. I cannot believe it. A lap sooner, and Bud would have been back on the lead lap. Wow. A lap is all the difference it made. And look at Robert there, or Mr. Richards there, upside down. Go back and take a look. What happened here? Oh, oh, man. Wow. That was Ryan there. He made contact with Richards, just kind of slid up the racetrack. And heavy duty contact. And that brought the yellow out once again. Wow. On to pit road. And we'll get everybody gathered back up here, and we'll open pit road once again. And we'll see if we can get a word with Mr. Brooks right quick.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Mr. Brooks, you got a copy on me?
I do.
Well, man, you've been hanging on to the lead there for a while. You're running the bottom, making them go to the high side. How's the car feeling right now?
It's not bad. It's just you got to keep it tight, or they'll make that run. But I think I know the move, so I'm ready for late in the race.
All righty, man. Well, you've done a great job hanging on to the lead.
Thanks, man.
Error. User was moved out
All
of
right,
your channel.
that was Mr. Brooks there leading the way. All right, so we'll get ready to go back green flag racing here in a moment. Yes, right there in P2. So Bud right now being waved around the field. So Bud's going to be your lucky dog. That's going to put him back on the lead lap. Great for Bud to get that car back on the lead lap here at lap number 87. So 87 out of 200. 87 out of 200 in the books. We'll get ready to turn them back loose here in a moment. Everybody will fall back into line here. 88 laps now. Still falling behind the iRacing pace car. Brooks up front, still lights still on the iRacing pace car, so there'll be at least another lap before we go green. We'll see him go green around lap 90. Beautiful lights on that iRacing pace car. And I'll be right back with you in the booth in a moment. All right, here we go. Brooks coming down. We're going to go green a flag. 89 will be in the books. We're going to start lap number 90. James Brooks leads them down. Johnson right there behind them. Fan out through turn number 2. Johnson trying to get a good run here. We'll get him try to dive toward the bottom of the racetrack. Nothing down there at all. Bale right now in 4th. Wright back here in 5th. Everybody will work their way down in front straightaway. You see Brooks immediately go to the bottom to guard that inside line. Doing a great job guarding that right now. flash it back here as well. Look at Bud trying to work his way back through. And that Navy machine's got it up to P number 7. White trying everything he can. He'll work the outside lane. He'll dive down into 3rd now. Another big run trying to make a move for P2 over Johnson. He'll get there. He'll draw even with Brooks as well. He's not able to get the race lead. He'll fall back in line in P2, but a good run there up to P2 there down the front straightaway. We got a car over in the grass. Gotta get caught up with who is over there in the grass right now. I seen him over there in the grass for just a moment. What is it? The 13 maybe? Yeah, he clipped the grass. What happened here? Does he get loose? Oh, goes to the bottom. And wow, he just went down and clipped the grass. I think just a lapse in concentration for just a moment. Got it over in the grass. He did a great job holding on to the car. Wow. Meanwhile, Brooks still out front, right to his outside. Brooks nice and easy on the bottom of the racetrack. Working their way down the back straightaway, almost dead even now. Everybody dives in line. 95 of 200. Nice move. Johnson able to sneak his way back up into P number 2, right back to 3rd, Spell 4th, Ryan 5th, still now up to 6th. Now the leader is still side by side. Brooks on the bottom. Carl's on the outside of the racetrack trying to make it work. Side by side. This is the Crowsnest Indy 500. Back through turn number 1, nice and easy. Nobody making any crazy moves right now. Brooks doing a good job just holding that inside line, keeping everybody at bay. Right to the outside, trying to make it work. Here we go, back right behind them. Johnson immediately to the bottom. That battle rages on for P2 right now. Right outside, Johnson inside. Johnson slips up the racetrack just a little bit, or Wright slips up the racetrack a little bit, lets Johnson through. Here comes Johnson with a big run, and he's going to clear Brooks. Wow. That's the run they've been looking for. Johnson got it and got it up there, got right by Brooks, and was able to make the move. Now Brooks trying to size him up and get back to his outside, maybe make the same exact move back. This time by, we'll see lap 100 go on the board. Next time by, we'll be halfway. Across the stripe. 100 to 200 complete. Next time by, we'll complete the 250 miles of the 500 here tonight. Taking a look here at their stint, the 13 laps in on this stint right now. Oh, Brooks getting a little tight there. He has to lift. Brooks hanging around the bottom of the racetrack. He'll dive up the racetrack just a little bit. Back down the front straightaway one more time. Look at Brooks trying to jump to the outside lane. Oh, big move to the bottom of the racetrack. That is Ryan trying to get it done. Oh man, side by side. Here they come down the front straightaway one more time. Right, duck, right in line. Look at Charles right there. Man, oh man. Brooks able to get back to the lead, and Charles is right there to his back bumper. Oh. Look at that. Brooks gave up the bottom. And Johnson takes advantage of it. Up front, they're still going at it. Charles now jumps down to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to hold off Brooks. Good job getting down there and getting in that preferred groove. 18 laps so far in this stint. We'll see green flag pit stops around the lap 115 or so. Oh man, Look at Brooks on the high side. Johnson on the bottom trying to hang on. Here comes Mr. Ryan right up in the mix as well. Timothy T. Wright all over the back of him also. Brooks right there to the back bumper, nowhere for him to go. He's got a car to his outside right now. That's going to move Ryan back up to P2. As we've had 38 lead changes so far in this one. Meanwhile, look up front. Ryan goes to the outside, trying to look for a lane. To get around Johnson, he'll almost have him clear. Can't complete the lap, the pass though. Ryan on the high side, Johnson on the bottom. Side by side up the racetrack. Johnson trying to hold them off. Out down the back straightaway one more time. Look at this. Johnson just doing a great job. Brooks right there with him. Oh, side by side. Brooks edge of the head. Into the corner. Still dead even. No way any of them's moving here. What racing we're seeing. I'm having to remind myself to talk. I just get caught up in just watching it. Brooks looking to the outside. Are leading the way right now. Charles, oh my goodness. What a battle. Look at Timothy T. Wright trying to force his nose in there as well. Charles on the bottom of the racetrack running it nice and low. Oh boy, here comes Timothy T right now to the outside. Trying to make it work. Timothy up to P2. He tries to get the big run down the front straightaway. Can't clear. Man, oh man, Charles Johnson hanging on to the race lead. Timothy T right on the outside trying to make it work. Can't do it yet. 115 of 200 complete. Now, side by side, Timothy T right on the outside. Oh man. Johnson on the bottom, able to hang on. He's holding that car right around the bottom of the racetrack. As they're coming up on their green flag stops here. 29 laps complete in this stint. And right on cue, Charles Johnson to pit road. Hands the lead over to Timothy T. Right here comes Michael Spell. Oh, look at that. Brooks up there also Spell. All these guys right here in this front pack. Hard on the brakes. Oh, we got trouble right behind them. Who is that went around? Somebody goes around on pit road entry. Oh man, that is Mr. Richard. We can take a look at what happened to him. He goes around coming down into enter his stall. Hard on the brakes, locks it up. Alright, they'll get ready to get back off the pit road. Robert there after a little mishap. The White right now being scored as the race leader. And he has not made a stop. And then second, that is going to be Brooks right now. Alright, Dwight now heads down pit road. Brooks, and with a decent lead right now, he'll take over the lead when this cycle is through. See this backpack trying to run them back down. They're all going to work together back there. That's going to be led by Mr. Charles Johnson. $120 out of 200 laps complete. And Charles and Mr. Brooks out front pulling away. Right now, look at Johnson here leading this second pack of cars with Bud Steele. If these guys get lined up, they may easily run down Brooks. Right now, a 2.3 second lead. So this is the group that needs to work together to run him back down. They'll spread out down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. 3 wide for P2 right now. Bud Steele right there in the battle there, right in the middle of the racetrack. Oh, how tight it is there. Johnson's right there as well. Brooks still with about a 2-second lead over the second pack. And we're going to leave you with a Crank It Up here for the second Crank It Up of the evening on Extreme SM TV. Howdy folks, back with you here as we're still racing here at Indianapolis. Right now Brooks still with a decent little gap. 1.9, they have gained a little bit. One at 9.9 seconds is the gap. But you see back there in the back, Bud Steele, all these guys in pack number 2, right here bunched on each other, and they've got time to run down Mr. Brooks. I think what they need to do is probably everybody just kind of line up, kind of go half throttle, stay in line, but that's a little bit harder said, or easier said than done. Exactly what they need to do right now. Now Brooks still up front, able to lengthen it out, but look at Wright and Bud go at it for P2. Now down the back out of turn at number 2, down the back straightaway. Brooks still leads. Brooks now with about a 1.9 second gap as Bud Steele makes the move for P2. Bud on the bottom of the racetrack, he'll slide his way through. 16 laps so far complete in this stint. For the second group, man, they are doing a great job. They're trying to run down Brooks, but Brooks still holding on to a bit of a gap. Everybody trying to make it work. Bud Steele out in P number 2. Bud right now trying to close that gap down. Can't do it right now. Charles Johnson sitting there in 3rd. These guys are really going to have to work together. They're getting the gap slowly but surely, now down to a 2nd. Since Bud's got into P2. Look at the distance there between Bud Steele and the race leader, Mr. Brooks. 1:37 complete, a 200 here tonight. Charles Johnson right there as well. Oh, what a move. Oh my goodness, Charles, squeeze play to the bottom of the racetrack. Let's go back and take a look at that one more time down the front straightaway. See the run there. Charles gets out of turn number 4, and look at this squeeze play. Holy cow. Move Charles to the race lead. about 21 laps on their fuel right now. Now Brooks back to P2. He'll jump out high. Bud still go with him. Bud trying to push Brooks on by. Not going to work here. Ripping their way back through 1 and 2 once again. Johnson able to step out to a little bit of a lead here. The action fast and heavy here tonight. 140 of 200 complete. Oh, to the outside now. Brooks trying to get back clear, back to the race lead with 53 lead changes. Now Brooks on the high side trying to get it done. Working our way back through the corner one more time. Now Brooks on the high side gets clear of Johnson back to the race lead. Into 3 and 4. Brooks now, he's got to hold the bottom of the racetrack. He'll try to hold him off. He's not going to let Johnson sneak to the bottom. He's going to go completely against the inside wall. .143 out of 200 complete. Right now, Brooks hanging on to the race lead. Johnson right there in behind him. We got a car diving to pit road here. James right there to the bottom, just holding the inside of the racetrack. Now as they work their way down into turn number 2. One at 45 out of 200, and look at Brooks. A couple of cars diving back down on pit road one more time. Brooks is trying to hang on. Right now, he's going to have Spell up to his outside. Bud Steele sitting there in third. Look at this. Brooks nice and tight to the wall. 27 laps in this stint for him right now. Taking a look back. Charles Johnson coming off pit road, blending back in. Right now, 10 cars left running. Bud Steele right there as well, trying to work his way into contention to win this one. Bell is still out front. One of 48 goes in the books this time by. Spell working his 29th lap of the stint, and he'll come down. Hand the lead over to Dwight there in the number 44 machine. Good job by Dwight getting up to the race lead. Now he'll probably make his stop this time. Coming to 1 of 50. No, he will stay out one more lap. This time by, we will see 50 laps to go in the Crowsnest Indy 500. At 1 of 50 laps to go, and Dwight's going to head to pit road. On pit road goes Dwight right now. Now Bud Steele currently sitting second. In great position to take over the race lead. And man, he has actually got a pretty good gap over the car behind him. Of Timothy T. Wright, you see that 3-car pack. Oh, nearly though tied into 3. You seen that was Johnson making the move under Timothy T. Wright, and that nearly ended in disaster. Back down the back straightaway one more time. Bud Steele jumps out by Dwight. Move Bud Steele to the race lead. And under 50 laps to go, and Bud Steele is your race leader. .152 on the board. Charles Johnson with the second group. Timothy T. Wright right there with him. If they can work together, they run down the first 2 cars of Dwight and Bud. but still leading the way. The white flash right there on his back bumper. Timothy T. Wright, he's got help. They're going to try to work their way back through one more time. Again, everybody should be able to make it on one more stop. Then we get race control down here for a second. Alrighty.
User was moved to your channel.
Mr. Crow, you got a copy on me, buddy? Hey, Mr. Senior, you got a copy on me?
Yes, sir, I sure do.
Alrighty, buddy. Well, we're getting down to it here. Less than 50 to go. Right now, we got 2 packs of cars on the racetrack. What do you think the chances are of Mr. Wright and these guys able to run down the front two?
They just got to try and catch a drive. That second pack a while ago, they were a ways back, but they got behind Gary, and you seen how fast they closed up on Jim. You can expect something like that to happen again. And boy, Matthew, I just want to point out, you got a new Extreme Sim TV lead change record, and it's going to get bigger.
Yeah, I think it is. Right now we're at 59. The old record was held at Homestead, so I believe we've officially broke it, and it's going to get bigger.
Yeah, we started off a little rough there at the beginning, getting their nerves settled. But boy, it's been a long time since they had a caution.
Yes, it has. Well, all right, Mr. Senior, we'll let you go back up to the race control booth, and we'll holler at you a little bit later.
Okay, buddy, you have a good one. Thank you for the broadcast. And boy, I'm watching it on the 55-inch. It's a great show, buddy.
All righty. Thank you, buddy.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right, that was Mr. Senior, our race control. All right, so let's break this down. Less than 50 laps to go, coming up to 40 to go here pretty soon. We got a side-by-side battle for the race lead. Looks like the White's been able to sneak around Bud while he's focused on that second group. Now Bud's still back to the bottom of the racetrack trying to get it done. Look at that, lead change right back and forth. Bud's actually going to take back over the lead. These two have a 1.6 second gap over that backpack. And I don't know how much I would race hard if I was these two, or if I'd just ride for a while. The White getting the run. I see what they're doing. They're trying to leapfrog each other to keep the run up. The White and Bud working together to try to hold their distance, but it's not really working because that second pack is within 1.4 now. You see right back there behind them, that second pack's coming very quick. 1 of 59 out of 200 complete. Now, still able to hang on. What a race we are seeing. The White Flash right there, 40 laps to go. Still doing everything he can. Now, these guys should be making their final stop here. It's still with about 20 laps around lap 180. And here it comes the second pack with a big head of steam. Bud's going to have to block it. He can't do it. Ryan straight to the race lead. You see once they caught up to him, man, they were just like a rocket getting around them. That'll move Ryan to the race lead. But still is going to drop back a few spots. Man, I kind of feel bad for Bud because there was nothing he could do. Now side by side up front, Timothy T. Wright trying to get it done. Can't do it. He'll fall back just a little ways. Now 3 wide for the race lead. Look down there on the bottom of the racetrack. Move being made for Charles Johnson. Nice move, and he's going to clear. Right up to the race lead. Timothy had to lift out of the gas. That's going to cost him a lot of momentum. He's going to fall pretty far back here as the battle continues. Man, oh man, oh man. Down the front straightaway they come. Timothy T. Wright, right up there in the mix. Now, side by side down the front straightaway one more time. Now, nearly 3 wide. Wow, look at Johnson back there on the bottom. Holy moly. 62 lead changes, folks. That's 62 lead changes. $164 laps complete. Johnson up front, still trying to hold serve. Right on the outside. Ryan right there in third. Bud Steele back to fourth. Can Bud get back to the race lead? And keep in mind, these guys are going to have to stop around lap 180 for fuel to get them to the end. Here they come. Back down the back straightaway one more time. Timothy T. Wright immediately to the outside of Mr. Johnson. Johnson trying to hang on. One is 67. Here we go, coming down to it. We're going to go for our final crank it up of the evening, and we come back. We'll be going to the end here at the Indy 500. Alrighty, and we're back. The front two cars still side by side. Johnson and Timothy T. Wright still going at it. Less than 30 to go this time by. Right through turns 3 and 4 once again. Timothy T. Wright on the outside lane. Going at it, trying to get by Johnson. Look right behind them. That's Ryan trying to make a move. As we're getting closer and closer to the final pit stops. Could be around lap 180. Now you see a couple cars dive down pit road. Right though, able to squeeze ahead. 67 lead changes now. Coming to a lap 74 out of 200. 174 on the board right now. Johnson up front. Johnson doing everything he can to hold on here. Let's look at our race stats here tonight. Look at your race stats as Charles Johnson comes to pit road. Only 3 yellows for 11 laps here this evening. Average lap of a 40.57. Johnson now on pit road. That hands the lead over to Timothy. T. Wright, Bud Steele, all these guys in a pack right here together. Now look at Bud able to Timothy down pit road here one more time. Hands the lead over to Michael Spell. It should be Timothy's last stop. Spell with the lead. Bud and Spell going at it. Now back into turn 3 and 4. Or excuse me, 1 and 2. Back off of turn 2, headed for 3 and 4. We'll look and see if Michael and Bud come down this time by. Charles Johnson, the first car that's made his stop. Whoa, Bud. Oh, man, Bud. Hang on to it. Whoa, Bud had a little issue there. He got it gathered back up. Bud now on pit road. He started to head down the access road and thought better of it and dove back out. On pit road, that's going to be Mr. Bud Steele. Now 2 cars left not pitting. That is going to be Dwight and Platt, or Dwight and Mr. Bell. These 2 cars have not stopped. Now Timothy T. Wright down pit road, or Timothy stays out, looks like. Fell on pit road. The white flesh stays out. So the white staying out right now. He's going to be your last car to pit. And he'll come down pit road with roughly 51 laps to go. The white across the stripe. And we got a car up in the outside wall. Was that Timothy in trouble? Indeed it is. That's Timothy T. Wright. No yellow. What in the world? Back up to speed. Heading down the front straightaway. They're 3 wide. And just a tad bit of contact. There goes Timothy up into the wall. He rides the wall all the way around. Gets it off the wall and gets it off the racetrack. Good job to not bring out the yellow. Even though I'm sure he probably needed it. Oh, now he's having more problems. That car just completely broken. We'll go back and take a look again. As he come into the corner, yeah, it's just completely broke. He's keeping the car straight. We're going to stay under green with 19 to go. Meanwhile, Flesh on pit road. Steel, right here is the battle. Steel and Spell. As they work their way around Timothy, this is going to be the battle as they catch up to Flesh. Who's going to be the leader here? Oh, Bud left that inside line open. Here comes the White off the short chute. And Dwight clear. Here comes those two. Battle for the race lead here, but 19 laps to go. And there they go. They're going to have the momentum around the outside. Bud up to P2. Spell now your leader. 18 laps to go. No more pit stops. Looks like maybe a 3-car show. Back a little ways. That's going to be Johnson and Ryan. Johnson and Ryan going at it. Now up front, that's Bud Steele. Trying to come away with the win here tonight. He's going to get the lead. We'll see 17 laps to go. Can Bud Steele hang on and grab the win here this evening? As they work their way into front 1 and 2, look at the crossover moves by Bud. Bud doing everything he can just to hang on. Look right behind them though. That second group's gaining. Remember, we've seen this before. Here comes Charles Johnson with a big head of steam. Bud's got to figure out a way to hang on here. He's going to have challenge from Michael Spell on the bottom with 16 laps to go. Bud Steele, nothing he can do. He's trapped on the outside lane. Here comes Johnson. Where does Johnson go? Steele, big run on the back straightaway. He'll suck up. Oh boy, into 3 and 4. Johnson now to the race lead. Now look at Bud Steele get the big pull down the front straightaway. 15 laps to go. Steele moves up the racetrack. Using that middle lane, trying to get it done. Look at Steele being very aggressive now, sucking up to the back bumper, jerking that car out of the line. Trying to clear Johnson. The move's going to come down the front straightaway, I do believe. Now, 2 wide back behind them. Everybody packed up now, 3 abreast. Oh, look at that. Hot racing for third. That's Timothy T. Wright right there. 14 laps to go. Bud Steele all over the back of Johnson. We're coming up on it here. Steele, Johnson up front. 13 laps remaining. Oh, down the back straightaway. Bud's going to get left out to dry. Here comes Spell up to P2. With only 13 laps to go at Indianapolis. 74 lead changes, folks. Oh, look at that move up front. Bud Steele getting it back to the lead with an aggressive move in 1 and 2. Bud now just trying to hang to the bottom of the racetrack. Johnson to the outside. Johnson riding it out there. Can't get it done. Look at Steele. Look at the car on the very outside. Where is Johnson going? Whoa. Wow. Now down the back straightaway one more time. Steele goes to the apron. Holy cow. Can Bud Steele hang on? Now, Steele right there. Oh, trying to hold off Johnson with 10 laps to go. Ten laps to go. Bud Steele up front. Oh my goodness. 9 laps to go for the Crowsnest Indy 500. 75 lead changes. And it's not over. Bud Steele trying to hang on the bottom. Johnson on the outside. Steele to the inside. Side by side through turn number 3. Into 4. Coming to 8 laps to go this time by. Now, Steele right there. Johnson, everything you can do. 7 laps to go in the Crowsnest Indy 500. 500 miles coming down to this. Here they go, back through 1 and 2. Bud Steele trying to hang on. Seven laps to go. They come to 6 to go this time by. Steele doing everything he can. Oh my goodness, Bud Steele doing absolutely everything he can. Bud Steele on the inside of the racetrack, trying to block the momentum of Charles. Coming to 5 laps to go. The flagman will show him 5 to go this time by. Bud Steele on the bottom of the racetrack. Just using that inside line, but look at the outside. That's Ryan with a big run. Bud's got to be very careful here. Bud doing just a smart thing, running the bottom of the apron. right with them left side tires right on that white line, coming to 4 laps to go. Can Bud still do it? Can he win it at Indianapolis? Or can Ryan and Charles get it done here? They're running out of time of 4 laps to go. Roughly 8.5 miles. Steele goes up, tries to make the move, but look at the run. Ryan at the stripe got him by a nose. Through 1 and 2. Still able to hang on. Ryan had a good run. Whoa, so tight there. Charles Johnson diving in there deep into 3. We got a car up against the wall back there a little bit, but they'll get it straightened back out. Headed to the start finish line one more time. Johnson dives it out. He's going to make a move now. 3 wide for the race lead. Ryan on the very outside. Be careful as they head to 1. 3 laps to go. Bud Steele still hanging on. Now in the 3 and 4, coming to 2 laps to go this time by. 2 laps to go. 2 to go. Bud Steele, he drops to the bottom. Here comes Charles with that big run. Ryan up top as well. Nowhere for anybody to really go. Not enough momentum here. 2 laps to go into 1 and 2. Bud nice and smooth. He's going to have to drop that car to the bottom down the back straightaway. First annual Crowsnest Indy 500s coming down to this. Look at the momentum on the outside. Bud stays in the gas and he holds in there. Coming to the white flag. 4 cars under a blanket. Bud, Charles, Ryan, they're all right there. White flag in the air. Now, white flag will wave as they cross the stripe. Bud still trying to hang on to this one. Ryan right there to his back bumper. He looks high. Nothing doing through 1 and 2. Half a lap to go for Bud Steele. Charles Johnson with the momentum. Ryan to the outside down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4. It's going to be 2 by 2, 2 rows deep. Who is going to get the run down the back front straightaway? Bud to the bottom of the racetrack. Out of turn number 4. Bud Steele trying to hang on. Ryan to the outside. Coming to the stripe. Ryan gets it. Holy cow. No, Bud got it. Ryan got it. I don't know who got it. Holy crap. We're going to go back and take a look. At the stripe here, who won this race? Holy cow. Holy moly. All right, let's get some nice slow-mo going here. And we're going to look at every angle we can. Coming to the stripe to the yard of bricks. My. Oh, by that much. Okay, let's slow it down even further. This is like extremely slow now. Look at the gap between those 2 cars. Holy moly. I'm going to try to get you a margin of victory here. But at the stripe, wow. Holy cow. The man alive. I mean, this is just unreal, folks. One more shot of this. You see if I can get you another angle here. That was good. The pagoda's gonna block it. Man. There we go. And right here at the stripe, man. Holy moly. Go one more view of this. Holy cow. There we go. Well, now look at this gap as we come down through here. This is just insanity. I'm doing multiple replays here to make sure that I show just how close this is. And yes, indeed, Bud's still going to grab the win here tonight. But wow. Your race winner, Bud Steele. 25 laps led here tonight. Oh my goodness, man. Get a word for a race winner.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Bud Steele, you got a copy on me, buddy?
Yeah, I got you, Matt.
Okay, first thing we got to do, if you got your glass of milk ready, because you just won the Indianapolis 500, buddy.
I wasn't sure, Matt. It was mighty close there.
I've showed the replay in slow motion like 6 times now. I'm in amazement. Like that was so close. Wow.
If that time's correct, 2 thousandths of a second. Oh my God, that's amazing.
I will have to go back, but I am 99% sure that that's the closest finish in Extreme Sim TV history.
Well, that's good to know. I think we had what 70 some lead changes.
Yes, grand total of 75, I believe. I'll have to go back and tally them back up. I can go look
Wow.
right now. That's just insane. I'm in shock, man. That was a
Oh,
great race. Yeah,
oh,
and 75 lead changes, bud.
lordy, lordy. Heck of a race. Everybody ran good after those first couple cautions, and wow.
There's not many times as a broadcaster I'm going to be
User
speechless,
joined your channel.
but I am speechless.
I'm with you, Matt. I don't know. I mean, the day for me was, up and down, as you know. Oh, I'm looking at the line right now, and oh my gosh, it's like 4 inches, maybe.
Holy moly. Wow.
Uh, that was good.
That was amazing.
I mean, my hat's off to all these guys that hung in there and finished this race. I mean, it was. The funny thing is, I, I'm not tired right now.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I mean, it was that type of a race, man. It was amazing. You did a great job. You fought yourself from the back to the front. Yeah, yeah. It was just insanity.
Well, yeah, big thanks to Mr. Crow, Marie, all the Crow's Nest drivers. I mean, just a good bunch of guys.
Indeed, they are, man. And I tell you what, this show right here was great. And from what I heard from Mr. Crow earlier, you should have a trophy headed your way. I'm pretty sure.
Uh, that's what I understand. That's mighty cool.
Oh, so 2019 Crow's Nest Indy 500 winner, Mr. Bud Steele, man. Great job.
All right. Well, this is a good start for season 2 coming up here in a couple weeks. So we'll see how the rest of the season goes.
Most definitely, and I guarantee you, there's going to be some screenshots coming from this one.
I bet you.
Alrighty, man.
Hey,
Congratulations, Bud.
hey, thanks so much, Matthew.
No problem, buddy. It was fun to watch.
All right. You have a good one.
All
Take
right.
care.
You too, buddy.
Yep.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right, let's get a word in with Mr. Ryan coming home second here tonight.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Ryan, it's Matt up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
It scored second tonight, but not by much, my man. That was close.
Yeah, that was definitely the closest thing I've ever been in.
Matter of fact, I think I'm going to send the replay over to iRacing. Because that was insanity.
I was looking at my left the whole time. I thought I had him, but yeah, just missed it.
Well, congratulations on P2 anyway, buddy.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Well, what was your thoughts there as you headed down the front straightaway?
Well, I'd been working on that slingshot to the outside all race, and I thought I had him lined up pretty good, and went to pull it off the last time, but just came up a little short.
Well, you definitely made the move. You made it work, and it was just that close. I mean, you got the move perfectly. There's nothing else you could have done.
Yeah, I think I did all I could do, but it was just a little too quick.
All righty, man. Well, nevertheless, Ryan, you're going to come home P2 here tonight.
Hey, thanks a lot.
No problem, buddy. Have a great evening, sir.
All right, you too.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right. And we're going to see if we can get a hold of Mr. Charles Johnson back here in P3.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Charles, it's Matt up here in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Matt, how you doing?
Doing good. Well, you got third, but what was it look like to look out your windshield or out the front of your car and see that battle in front of you?
Oh, man, that was awesome. Awesome race. One of the best races I've ever been a part of.
This may be the best race I've ever seen. I mean, it ranks up there.
It does for me, too.
Almost jealous I wasn't in the car.
Yeah, I tell you, that was a great race.
Yeah, it was, man. Well, congrats. You come home third. You had kind of an up and down night. Got back up there, made some big moves. Every time I turned around, it was Mr. Johnson making a huge move and making it work. You did a great job all night long.
Yeah, I finally figured out how to get a run and pass to the outside, but it's only a couple places you can do it on the track.
Yeah, I might have to get you to tell me the secret.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't figure it out earlier in the official race.
Yeah, I had a blast. That's one of the best races I've ever seen.
And you know, let's stop and give a big shout out to Maria Senior, all the Junior, the whole Crowsnest family. This is just some of the best racing you're going to do on iRacing.
It is, and they have really. I've learned a lot racing with those guys and the Crow's Nest.
Yeah, for sure. I tell you what, if iRacing wanted a promotional piece for iRacing, look for it no further than the Crowsnest. Because y'all put on a great show, and it's just great.
It is, and those guys need recognition for it for sure.
Yeah, they really do. I think that one of the groups here in iRacing that I think really needs some recognition pushed to them. Because if there's anybody that deserves to be on the iRacing homepage as far as the portal to watch a stream, it's the Crow's Nest.
I totally agree with you.
Alrighty, man. Well, you did a great job out there, man. You got it third, but the bigger story here was what a race we had.
Yeah, I totally agree. And Matt, I appreciate everything you do too. You're a big part of this.
No problem, buddy. That was by far a blast.
I wished I could have drove and watched it at the same time because I would have loved to see it. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it.
Most definitely, man. Well, I'm going to go ahead and let you go, and I'm actually going to do something that I've never done on stream. I'm going to go up to the room with the guys.
Okay, buddy.
All right, I'll meet you up there.
All right, Matt.
User left your channel. User was moved out of your channel. Channel switched.
Hey, Jimmy Crow, you got a copy of me?
Boy, I sure do.
Well, this is something I've never done in streaming history. It's coming up into the channel with all the guys at once. But what a race! Like I can't say enough. I'm in shock. I'm speechless.
Boy, I am too. Let me see. 3 cautions. I believe the last caution was around lap 34, 35. What was it? 76, 77 lead changes. And the Crow's Nest, we race every lap. We don't ride around no laps. We raced every lap from the drop of the green flag. And your viewers saw some good racing tonight.
User disconnected from your
For
channel.
sure, man. That was an insane race.
I don't believe I've ever seen one that close.
No.
2 1,000ths of a second. Man.
I'm actually in the process of writing an email over to a friend of mine at iRacing, and we're going to get that checked. We're going to, because I think this might be
User
the
joined your
closest
channel.
finish ever in iRacing. I'm pretty sure because
User
that was
left
close.
your channel. User joined your channel.
So, but nevertheless, guys, congratulations to everybody here. Everybody did a great job out there tonight. Very proud of the Crow's Nest in general. Honored to be here to call it. It was a lot of fun.
Hey, Jimmy, I think we ought to go do a practice race at Charlotte now. What do you want to do?
Ha!
No
Are you
way.
crazy?
Is it really midnight?
It's
And,
Friday night, guys.
and guys in the stream, that's why we love the Crow's Nest. Let's go do a race at Charlotte. Wow. Alrighty, guys, I'm gonna go down and end the stream. I'll holler at y'all
Awesome
later.
race, guys.
Thank you, Matt.
Matt.
Thank you, buddy. We'll see you Monday night.
See you then.
All right, see you, Matt.
I just
User
noticed that
disconnected
my
from your channel. Channel switched.
Holy cow, guys. So we're going to get out of here. Big thanks to Maria, all the Crow's Nest. And I'll see you on Monday night for the 300 at Charlotte. I'm speechless. I'll take you through your race results. And wow, I'm literally speechless. Man, oh man. You have broke the broadcaster, Crow's Nest. I have nothing to say. Like, I don't know what to say. All right. Coming home with the win, Mr. Bud Steele, Ryan in a second, Johnson third, Spell fourth, Mr. Plesh fifth, sixth, it goes to Lane, seventh, Brooks. I believe that was, let me go check my time and scoring one more time here to make sure I got this accurate. Yep, that was Gary there in eighth. Ninth, Timothy T. Wright. 10th is Mr. Booth. Man, oh man, what a race. So that was your top 10, and we'll get ready to go through the rest of the field here in a moment. In P11, Richards Vasquez 12th, Hess 13th, 14th, Rogers, Sanchez 15th, 16th, Mr. Dave Crow did not start. So that's going to be your finishing results here tonight. We're going to get out of here. One crazy race here tonight.